I've got a new 4.5 acres out in Belt, Montana. This is located in Cascade County. My name is Miles McLaughlin here at Wilco Land. What we do is we sell raw vacant land. That's our focus, that's our specialty, and that's our niche. In this video, I'm gonna go over how you can go access a property on your own. You can go view it by yourself. I'm gonna talk about where the access is to the property. I'm gonna talk about some potential build sites, and I'm gonna answer a lot of your common questions in this video. So things I'm gonna cover are, I'm gonna talk about utilities. I'm going to show you what the property looks like on satellite imagery, on maps, what's nearby to this property. This is a really close property to Great Falls, Montana. You're close to Showdown Ski Resort, and you're close to a lot of really nice hot springs and mountains, right, that you can explore. So this is a really good photo showing the property. I'll zoom in. It's located behind this house, so this is all your space. This is all the property right here. This is your access route right here. So that's what it looks like out here. And I'll come back to the photos here in a second. Here's another good view. I'm kind of circling the property basically like this. And I'll show you what it looks like on satellite imagery quick too. So you can see here's your access point on the property right there. And this is your full 5.5 acre spread right here. And so if we go back to the photos, again, talking about access right here, we think this would be a good build site. All this area would be a good build site. Down here, it kind of slopes down. So this is probably a little swampy down here. But up here would be your build site, right? So that gives you a good perspective. And then here's your access route if you're looking at my cursor moving on the screen. I do start all my videos off. Here's another good photo too. All my videos off with a disclaimer. This isn't legal advice. This is not real estate advice. I'm simply sharing my thoughts and opinions on the property with you. You as a buyer need to conduct your own due diligence to make sure this property is going to be the right fit for you, whatever that due diligence may look like. I sell all my land as is. I'm happy to go over these properties with you guys, go over high level conversations, point you guys in the right directions. If you're having, questions about wells, septics, things like that, I can point you guys in the right directions. But ultimately, you're the buyer of this property, and it's got to be the right fit for you. So, this is another really good photo. I just want to pause on some of these photos and talk about the land a little bit. For those of you looking to buy sight unseen, there's a lot of people around the country. There's a land rush in Montana happening. So if you're looking to buy sight unseen without ever going out here, this is going to be your access route over here. And then this is your entire 5 acre spread. You've got a neighbor right here. There's some nice homes in the area. If you're unfamiliar with Belt, Montana in general, it is a quintessential little Montana town. It'd be a good spot really close to Great Falls. So you're a short drive to Great Falls. So you could work in Great Falls. Great Falls is pretty special. It's got the Missouri River going through it. So there's a lot of good fishing and recreation out there. And then just to the south, here's where our property is located here in Montana. Just to the south of this land is a ski resort, Showdown, Montana. And then in this mountain range, there's hot springs too, especially down in White Sulphur Springs. So, you're close to Great Falls. You're in an area of Montana that's still affordable, surprisingly. You're really close to Helena, Montana. You've got a lot of really nice mountain ranges. You've got Flathead National Forest. You've got Seeley Lake really close by. Glacier National Park is just up here. So if we did this to Seeley Lake, let's say, you're really close to some world-class areas in Montana. Great Falls. Let's just look at the distance to some of these areas. Great Falls, Montana, 30 minutes is all. Let's go down to Showdown Ski Resort. Showdown Mountain is 45 miles away. I mean, you're super close. And not only do you have hot springs, skiing, Great Falls, fishing, hiking, you've got some world-class hunting all around you. This mountain range outside of Helena is no joke. That's a really cool area outside of Helena right there. So you're kind of at a mecca, for recreation in Montana, and you're getting 4.5 acres at a really affordable price. Go look at real estate in this neck of the woods in Northwest Montana or around Anaconda, even Helena down by Bozeman Butte. You're going to be paying 3 times this amount to get property in those more desired areas. So you're really close to a lot of desirable areas. You're in kind of a quintessential Montana town out here in Belt, Montana. It's a town with a heart. They've got a great farmers market on the weekends. They've got a lot of deep history in Belt, Montana, and they've got a cool brewery too. So just keep that in mind. I'm sharing some of this with you guys so you guys can do your own due diligence and understand what's going on in Belt, Montana. Because we are seeing a lot of buyers from out of state that aren't local buying these properties sight unseen based on the information we're providing them. So I'm trying to get you all the information that I can. Like I said, they've got kind of a famous brewery out there in Belt, Montana too. So, and you're super close to Great Falls. I mean, you're kind of a bedroom community at Great Falls, Montana here in Belt. So just kind of going back to the property, I want to keep covering things. I'm going to go into utilities. And at the end of this video, I'm going to teach you how to go view the property. So bear with me here for a minute. When talking about utilities, this is a good diagram that our photographer did. Here's a road to access a property. You can see that coming off that main road. That's an easement. Here's build site. That looks like a build site. It's kind of swampy and creaky down here below. So you do have a nice topography that gently slopes down, and you're going to have some very nice views behind this property. There's no development behind it, so you're going to be looking at the belt range. So you'll have some nice views in your backyard. Right. So you can look through some of these photos on your own. I won't keep touching on them, but what I will say is that for utilities out here, power is going to be no issue. Power is at the road. You're going to have no problem hooking up to power. When it comes to water, you're going to be contacting a well driller and getting quotes on drilling a well here. When it comes to sewer, you're going to be contacting a septic company and looking to put a septic system in, right? There's a process to that. You have to go through Montana DEQ, the Department of Environmental Quality, and you have to apply for septic systems, right? So that process starts with, I would start with contacting a well driller and contacting a septic company saying, hey, I'm looking at building on a property. I want to install a septic system. I want to install a well. What are some of my next steps? So typically those companies can help you walk through the process with the state and the county to get the permits you need to start developing and building on your property. But that's a process and that takes time. Whether you're buying this property or something else, that is the building process. If you're in city limits, there's an opportunity to connect to city water and sewer, but we're out here in the country on 5 acres. You're going to be installing a well and a septic system. And like I said, there is a process that goes into doing that, getting the right paperwork from the state, getting approval from the state, and then having your septic designer go and perform that project, having your well driller go and put a well in, right? So we talked about, your access right here. This is all high and dry ground. This is a wetlands map showing just that little bottom section's wetlands in the property. So that's all really good news. I wanted to share that with you guys as well. Lastly, I want to talk about land viewings. So for those looking to go view the property, simply use the GPS coordinates in our listing right here. My favorite app is going to be Onyx Maps. Just plug them right into Onyx Maps like this. You're going to come right down here. You can see the property outlines. I have the elite version of Onyx Maps, so it does show land ownership. I can change my layers, but I have private land ownership in Montana. You can see that if I get out of this. Let's see here. So there's map layers, and I have private ownership or something. You can see all these layers, but without wasting your time in this video, there's a layer for private ownership. And maybe because I'm in Montana using it already, I can't play around with that layer, but I'll do a different state and you can see, anyhow, it's not really coming up right now. So I'm not going to play around with this right now. They've changed some of the settings on here. So I'm not seeing it, but you guys get the point. You're plugging GPS coordinates into Onyx Maps. You want to have the elite version. You want to have the private ownership layer up so then you can see these private owners' properties lines. And you can really walk the property and get a pretty darn good idea of what you're buying in this property. So this is a really helpful app, whether you're looking at this property or something else, to go out there for land viewings, right? For access to this property, you're going to go right down to Anaconda Street. It looks like some of the neighbor has like a camper maybe or an RV inside the easement. These are approximation boundaries, but this is your easement right here. Looks like people have been maybe driving that to get on it. But your easement's right here. And here's your property back here, all 4.5 acres. So that's what that looks like there. You can also just use Google Maps to plug these in. If I just do this, what you can do is look for natural features in the landscape. So like if you plug your coordinates into Google Maps on your phone, like you're going to somebody's house for a dinner party, you're going to go, it's going to take you basically, Google Maps will take you to like right here. And then you'll have to use your head and remember what these aerial photos look like and say, okay, here's the neighbor's stuff. Here's one neighboring house. Here's the other neighboring house. It's going to be pretty easy to visualize when you're actually out there. If you don't have Onyx Maps, this photo right here is going to help you a lot visualize what you're looking at. You can see, the neighbors on the north end or the south end of the property, the train tracks on the north end of the property. These guys are pretty close to this property boundary. This person's hugging this property boundary. So that's going to help you visualize a property for land viewings, and you're going to understand what you're buying after viewing it, even without Onyx Maps. When it comes to what you can do with the property, go ahead, mixed use zoning. You can go ahead and read more about the zoning right here on the county GIS website, or give the county a call if you want to learn more about your specific questions. Why are people buying these type of properties? A lot of people are buying in Montana for investments. We offer some of the best prices in the state. So we're in the business of moving land fast, offering some meat on the bone for the next guy. And so we see our properties sell to sight unseen buyers, people who just want to invest, maybe somebody just wants to use a camper or have a recreational property for the meantime and build a decade down the road or retire out here. Whatever it may be, there's a lot of different uses for land. We really believe in land as an asset. We think it's a finite resource. Everybody wants to talk about Bitcoin and everything, but land is a real tangible asset, and we're seeing a true land rush happening in Montana right now. So don't wait too long to get your Montana land investment out here. The last thing I want to touch on is just showing you guys what the plat map looks like. This property has been surveyed at one point. You can see we're lot number 26 here. As I zoom in, you can tell by the outline of it, and you can see this documented easement down here in the southwest corner of the property. I believe it's 30 feet in width. So this is going to be your driveway approach. You're going to come into a build site or whatever you end up doing back there on this property. So thanks for tuning in. I do have a lot of other investments in Montana. Go to the homepage. I've got property all over the United States, but going to Montana here, we can see what we have for sale. Whether it's this property or something else you might have interest in, I do have larger acreages, smaller acreages, things like that. Take a peek at the website. You can see what we're offering. Our focus is land. Our specialty is land. This is an asset that we truly believe in here at Wilco Land. Give me a call if you have questions or want to chat more high level on these properties. You can reach me here at 605-250-1256. Thanks for tuning in.